and I bumped into one of my brother's friend's mom, and she was just
Hello everyone and welcome. Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports. I'm trying to get, of course, I'm always trying to get something working. Today what we're going to be talking about is these here. This is an absolute amazing set of headphones and microphone here, but we're going to test it a little bit further. Yesterday I tried doing this live stream, and for some reason my computer was completely not wanting to cooperate, did not want to show up for work on Monday. But these are the Kimura Solos. These are IEMs, in-ear monitors with their own supplied microphone. Look how small this microphone is. We are right now using my Rode pod mic connected to my Rode Caster Pro. I keep wanting to call it the Rode Procaster, but it's a Rode Caster Pro. We're going to be switching on and off to these after we talk about them for a little bit, kind of test them out and get in the rig and hopefully do just a little bit of racing and just kind of see what it sounds like through these IMs. So some quick features here. They are built with like a resin finish. They are partially translucent, so you can actually see the drivers on the inside. The drivers kind of have that gold appearance. Very premium look. I personally do not like earbuds that go in your ear canal. So I was a little bit nervous to test these out because even my normal Bluetooth headphones are not earbuds that go in the ear. They're the Samsung Buds Live, which are not the best sounding headphones, which do not have the best active noise cancellation. But just the fact that they don't go in my ears, I love them. So I was a little nervous to test these out. I did race with them for a little bit, and I was telling Jesse that I was kind of noticing my ear canal was like burning a little bit. Could also be that I'm just not used to in-the-ear monitors at all, or in-the-ear headphones. I ended up switching to the small ear cups, and they were beautifully comfortable when I was testing them yesterday, or attempting to, but for some reason my computer, again, did not want to cooperate at all. So today, hopefully we'll get a little racing in and actually be able to hear the sound quality. The microphone, we'll test that as well. Right now, we are also running through NVIDIA Broadcast because I always use it. I use it not only for my mic setup here, which is my Rode pod mic, even though this is more of a dynamic mic. So that way, you know, it does actually have some noise cancellation, but I have my AKG condenser microphone above my rig, and that one, anything behind me, including my rig itself, it will normally pick up. So I use NVIDIA Broadcast to kind of cancel out the noise there. One important thing to note with this microphone does not have any sort of noise cancellation. So anything like your keyboard or anything like that, it will pick up, and it will pick it up very well. So there is no noise cancellation on these, but NVIDIA Broadcast is a thing. I'm not really sure if there's other forms for AMD that kind of do something similar. I would imagine that, you know, if not already, probably soon they're going to be coming out with something. And I'm sure there's things on the aftermarket community or third-party sources that also cancel out noise that works just as effectively. But this does not have any noise cancellation. Just like, you know, my AKG up there, beautiful microphone, doesn't really have any noise cancellation. If I didn't use any sort of NVIDIA Broadcast or any sort of noise cancellation, you would just hear my rig and my wheel and everything clanging and everything like that. It would be very distracting. So just something to keep in mind here. One thing I was trying to get working, and it actually popped up a YouTube video on me, is I'm trying to get Restream working, and now Restream for the chat does not want to work. There's always one thing that does not want to work. So I just have to get chat set up here the old-fashioned way. And see, let's do this. Mestizo, what is going on? Mestizo, you know my struggle. You stream a lot. It's always like when you're on a live stream, that's when things don't want to work. Let's see. Let's get this going here. I have something already open. No, I don't see it. Anyway, so I'll test it in. Do one more thing here. Studio mode. Huh. Not wanting me to actually edit any of the chats. So we just probably won't, unfortunately, have chat on this one here. That's strange. None of my chats are working. Won't even let me edit the properties, which is very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, I'll just check that out another time. So one thing I did want to say is actually how I have these this microphone connected to my Rodecaster Pro, because I didn't want to just connect it directly to my computer, to my front panel, and there be a loss of quality, because just front panel connectors are not, you know, not normally known to be the best as far as audio inputs go. So I have all my microphones all going through my Rodecaster Pro, including the AntLion Kimura Solos. So these here, they're connected via 8mm connection. So normally with most 8mm connections, there's like a cell phone input that you could, you know, take phone calls or whatever you want to play on your phone. You can connect it via 8mm cable. There's also Bluetooth connection on the Rodecaster Pro. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know, and I might just make a video on it. But that being aside, the 8mm connection for the AntLion Kimuras here, for some reason, do not work on the Rodecaster Pro. I think maybe there's not enough power or not enough drive coming from this, and I've actually turned that input all the way up, and I still can't get any input coming from the Kimuras to that 8mm. I use both a TRS and a TTRS adapter, which normally works with all my other 8mm microphones. No worky here for whatever reason. So I ended up making something else work, and this actually worked pretty good. So I have the DJI wireless mic set. So I have the transmitter plugged into the 8mm. That works just fine. And I'm using one of these lapel mics, and I'm actually just plugging it into the 8mm there. So I'm just basically using this as a transmitter just to transmit the audio from this microphone. It seems to work really well. I don't really notice too much of a difference from taking this microphone and plugging it into the front panel and plugging it into Rodecaster Pro, but I just wanted to make sure that the inputs are the same across the board, so that way there's not another variable in there. But yeah, I do got to say though, it is a clean look. So everyone's used to this sort of setup here, where you got the giant headphones on your head, and you know, you got the microphone in front of you here, and you're kind of going that way. Now, I do got to say, when you're sim racing, it doesn't really bother me too much having these headphones on my head. It may bother somebody, you know, the weight of the headphones, and these headphones are some of my favorite. They're open backs. These are the Hi-Fi Man HE4X from Drop. Some of my favorite headphones. I even play music with these headphones. Absolutely love them. But if you have your hair done, you can see I'm starting to get the line here. I don't have my hair done, but starting to get the line here. Or if you're playing VR, or if you just don't want anything over your head, you don't want that weight on your head, these are super clean. The way that you fit them in, they do have a video showing how to do it. So it's kind of like a two-part thing when you first put them in. You get chat up here just so I could see. I just realized. Mestizo, you mostly stream PlayStation platform. It's pretty easy that way. You've been using the PSVR 2 on PS5 on GT7. It's great. How does it look compared to... You do have the HP Reverb G2, right? I was kind of wondering how it looks compared to there, because some of the specs that they were giving kind of sounds like it give the Reverb G2 a run for its money. All right, so let's take these off here. So when you're putting this on, again, it's a two-step system. So you just want to make sure when you first put it in, get the headphone in. Yeah, I was actually doing that backwards. There we go. You want the wire to kind of hook around the back of your ear. For some reason, I keep getting this wire wrapped around. There we go. So that's it. You just put it in your ear and you feed this around. When you first put it in your ear, the very first time, you're going to want to get the general shape of your ear. And then you're going to want to take it off again and then squeeze these in a little bit more. This wire will form. So that way it kind of holds on. And the nice thing about this also is it comes with this shirt clip. Some people were saying that they noticed that when you're moving the wire around, you can kind of get that noise through the microphone. So you do have that shirt clip, so that way you can just clip it to your shirt. It doesn't move at this point. It is all in place. Now, I haven't noticed too much noise coming from the microphone via me turning my head, and I do have a little beard action going on here, but overall, I will say if you're not using any noise cancellation, it can be pretty noisy. It picks up quite a bit. Also, if you do have your own IEMs that you like, AntLion Audio is known for making modular mic systems. So this is their wireless mic that they sent me, I believe, last year for review. And it is one of the best mics that I use for VR, specifically the Oculus, or no longer Oculus, Meta Quest 2. I do have the little magnet on the side there. So whenever I'm live streaming with my Meta Quest 2, I prefer to use this because I feel the microphone quality is a lot better. It does have some noise isolation. You could change the pickup pattern. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but you could change how it actually picks up audio, whether it's for both sides or just omnidirectional. So that's pretty cool. And their microphones are known to be just modular. You know, you could take them, you could use them on any headphones. I could use this on my drops if I wanted to. I do not. I do have another mic system on my rig that I utilize, but that's the magic of AntLion. So that being said, they kept that same formula. So you could buy this in many different ways. They have this is the Kimura Solos, which to me look pretty slick. I'm not a huge fan of red, but this looks so beautiful with the gold in there. It actually is a complete look and it looks really, really premium. But you could buy this in many different ways. You could buy just a microphone and just a cable if you have your own IEMs with the standardized IEM connector. And you could just actually connect them right to the cable themselves. Then you're good to go. You have your own microphone with whatever IEMs you prefer to use. Then you're good to go. They also make the Kimura Duos that I guess from some reviewers, I'm hearing that the audio through the headphones is a little bit higher quality because of the driver technology is a little bit different. I have not been able to test that. I've only had the Solos here and we never really gotten to drive too much with them. I don't know if that's going to much matter because these actually do sound really good. I did test them with some music. I was actually, I was pretty impressed. And now with the small ear cups, now they do come with a few ear cups here. You can see I got 2 on, so there's 4 additional rubberized ones and 2, I think these are foam, if I remember correctly. Yeah, these are foam ones I might try the foam ones out also because they are super soft. And I would imagine that the noise isolation when they expand in your ear is probably going to be a lot better. But the small ones for me work beautifully, and it's actually comfortable. For once, I found in-ear headphones that are actually comfortable. Yo, Jesse, what's going on? You got the Valve Index comparing against the PSVR 2. You would say the PSVR 2 is a bit better, better resolution and frames per second. You don't get motion sick. PlayStation did it again, huh? All right. And then also the Kimuras, they come with this pretty neat, let's see, come with this TTRS connector. So if you're going to be using something that only has one audio input / output for both headphones and microphone, comes with this connector. So you're already set, you know, that's it. And then you could stick that in its carrying case. Comes with a little carrying case right here. So you do have to kind of like bend up the mic to get it in here, but it's really no big deal. Very small, compact. It's an actual like, you know, semi-hard case. Pretty nice that they even include it. They didn't really have to include it, but for all their mic kits, they include a case. So I got a few of these cases lying around. This is the one here for my Mod Mic wireless. Boom. You know, but what's amazing is just how compact this microphone is. So let's switch over to the microphone and we'll go back and forth and kind of see how it compares to this Rode Pod mic. Now, I'm not expecting it to sound as radio quality like, but it is a different sound. Let's see. Okay. All right. So now you're hearing me for some reason, and I don't know why. Let me know what it sounds like to you all, whether or not you're hearing any sort of echoey sort of sound. Now, I do have sound monitoring on my Rodecaster Pro, so that way I can hear myself, but I'm getting a little bit of an echo. And I think that's just because left and right, and let's make sure. Yep, I only have one input going in. I have a feeling it's just how it's sounding, it's actually throwing me off a little bit when I'm trying to talk. I think it's just how it's sending the audio across my headphones, but I am getting a little bit of an echo. So hopefully you're not getting that echo at all, and hopefully it sounds pretty good. The nice thing about headphones like this, again, that's it. You just have these little wires here, and they actually do form really well. They do actually hold to your ear really good. Sounds decent, no echo. Yeah, and I kind of I feel like one of those TV ad producers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they only have the little microphone in. But the sound quality is actually really good when I was listening to music. So I'm very excited to get in the rig and actually start driving and see what this is really like, you know? Because there's nothing on my hair. There's nothing going across my head. It's super light. And actually, like the IMs in the ears, they are really comfortable. I guess resin does make a difference in its feel. Feels different than, I don't know, plastic. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like warm. That makes sense. I don't know. It just feels better. Feels better. Let's get this all set up, and then we're gonna switch over to the rig and get a little driving in. You guys have any questions regarding this setup? Let me know. But yeah, the duos, the way to tell that if you're getting wow, this echo is messing me up a little bit. The way to test, it's probably something related to my Rodecaster Pro, not necessarily this microphone setup. But the way to tell that if you have the AntLion solos or the duos, the solos, these here, they're red. The duos are blue, so blue and gold or red and gold. Let's see. Okay. All right. One more sip of coffee. Switch over. Let's get the monitors going. There we go. Okay, so let's turn this helmet camera on. I was having really bad issues with OBS yesterday, and I found out it was an audio plugin that I downloaded from NVIDIA, Audio Effects. For some reason, was completely messing with my system completely. So whenever I ran NVIDIA broadcast, I started getting like all my screens were turning on and off, like started flickering real bad. Audio inputs were changing back and forth. It was really bad, like really, really bad. And I couldn't figure it out. But then I just started looking into like, what were the variables? What did I change? Because I just raced with Jesse the night before, and I posted that short from that race. And yeah, that audio input or audio effects APK. And they also have visual effects APK. So that way you could actually use NVIDIA broadcast settings within OBS itself without actually having to load that additional software. It just handles it within OBS. You have to download those APKs, and man, did it cause issues. Big time. Big issues. And I wasn't trying to run them both at the same time. It was, yeah, it was pretty messed up. Let's see. Why is this not, up this camera? Properties. There we go. Okay. I was starting getting worried there. All right. So let's load up. iRacing. Sign in. Hopefully everyone's having a great week so far. It is already Tuesday. I've already sped right through Monday. And me and Jesse were having a lot of fun. The night before, actually, so Sunday night, me and him were racing in the GR series. I'll just do it 3. And where are they now? I think I have this. Yes, I do have this course, but I've never raced here. See if there's a server with a bunch of people we could practice with. Rudskogen Motor Center? Where's that even located? Got me. That's a new one. New one to me. But yeah, my safety rating definitely took a terrible turn. But we were 5th place the first race, 6th place the second race, but the amount of incidences we occurred was insane. Oh, and while we're in the rig here, let's actually let's test. It's a good track for the GR86. Yeah, see, Jesse, yeah. It's you know, when you got things to do for the rest of the day, and you know, you don't want to re-spike your hair up or anything like that. Kind of is nice having just little things in your ears. Let me actually turn my my motion rig on, so that way we could see how it's handling with, you know, NVIDIA broadcast with the sound. All right, let me switch that real quick. Ooh, I almost walked away with the camera. Let's change to, see if that changed correctly. There we go. Okay. Let's put this back. The only thing I wish is that they sold a wireless module for these. That would be pretty sweet. But, you know, because they do have the wireless mic game already set. And this is the other positive too. The mic's going with me at all times. You know, I have this condenser mic here, my AKG, what is this? The P420. AKG P420, beautiful mic. Absolutely love this mic, but I am honestly with this motion rig moving farther and closer to it. You don't really notice too much again because of the sound and noise cancellation that I have. Let's switch this over a little bit and let's test the differences between the two. Okay, check 1 2, check 1 2. So this is my AKG P420. This microphone is quite expensive. This is not a cheap setup. I have my boom arm, I have my shock mount here. It is an absolutely gorgeous mic, but this is the setup here. I do need to run some noise cancellation on it, so that way, you know, normally you would hear tons of noise right there, but you don't. Just like with this microphone here, normally you would hear tons of noise if I'm clapping, but you don't. But this is my AKG P420. Let's go back to this tiny little mic here. This little tiny capsule off the side of my face. And yeah. And I gotta say, you know, not having the headphones above this makes it easy to take the hat on and off. Would also help with VR too. That's the other part too. You're running with VR, just little earbuds in your ear. Got the microphone hanging out the side, out of the way. It would definitely make things a lot easier. And I'm kind of glad I got my Stream Deck working again. I don't know. I was having some issues with it for a while there. Almost forgot to get my wheel working. Tell me to configure my controls. Still telling me to configure my controls. Uh-oh. All right. There we go. Okay, so it picked it up. Let's make sure that the audio input is correct. I don't hear any cars on the track. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got him now. Let me boost the car volume a little bit. All right. I am so glad that that was a fairly easy fix with that audio effects driver. It's amazing how bad drivers can completely screw up your entire experience and your entire system. I mean, it was bad. Like, could not use my system at all. Ooh. Okay, let's get chat on top. Like it. Just wish I had chat working today. I think maybe after a restart of the computer, it'll probably work just fine. Some buzzing. Yep, some buzzing. Buzzing with the new mic. Hold on. Let me see. It might be picking up feedback. Okay, it's not the microphone. I know what it is. It's because I'm using the DJI. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Trying to move it as far away as I can. know if we're going to be able to record that. I kind of heard it too, and I was hoping it was just me. Let me try one more thing. Check, check. Check 1, 2. I think it's my motion rig is actually having feedback. Through the wireless audio. You know what? Let's turn it off and let's see. Let's see if that actually... I kind of hear it coming and going away. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's my motion rig causing like feedback through that. That is wild. Okay, it must be like an audio input. Hold on, let's see if it's... Check 1, 2. Okay, so it's not coming through this one. I think I know what it is. So let me show you. So I'm using my little DJI transmitters to actually connect the 8mm to my Rodecaster Pro, and I think it's these wireless transmitters are causing that audio interference. So I don't think it's the fault of the headphones and the mic. I think it's the fault of just the fact that I'm using wireless right now. Yeah, let's test it. Yeah. So now you're hearing me through my DJI microphone. And depending on how I'm moving it, you're getting it. So I wonder... Yeah, you're kind of getting it a little bit. So I wonder if you're getting it again. Okay, so it's the wireless input. Let me try going straight again and see if I can get it to work. I don't think it will work. If it doesn't work, we'll just shut the rig off. Check 1, 2. All right. Check, check. Check 1, 2. Okay. So what we ended up doing was just shutting off the motion rig. And you can hear no more buzzing. Okay. I don't want to fault this microphone for something that's not even the fault of the microphone. I mean, that's not the microphone even remotely. That's just I can't get an 8mm input to work except for my DJI. So I was coming up with a fix because I used the TTRS connector it even came with to try to make that work through that 8mm port. Still nothing. Very strange. Maybe I'll call Rode or try to contact Rode and see what they recommend, or maybe go to Guitar Center and see if I could find some sort of connector that'll work. Anyway, let's get on the track and get this going. Let's see. We got the wheel working. Everything else is working just fine. Check 1, 2. Okay, yeah, everything is still working. And piece of software. I keep messing it up. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go out on track. Let's see what this is like. Check 1, 2. Definitely raise the volume quite a bit. Kind of want this guy to pass. Francis Hope behind us. To the right here. Get out of the way. So I can call this. Never raced with before, but how would you work? This is cool. Sim experience software does work out really right. Should be a lot to learn. Well, let's talk about the headphones. Real solos. They sound amazing. Right. Duos, I would imagine, probably have better treble. Treble of these, especially like listening to this car. Sounds fine. Probably as good as that. Would be a good thing. It's actually something. I feel like there's a lot of bases. I'm hearing all the noise, curbs. Nothing sounds muddy necessarily. It doesn't just sound like big headphones. Sound like good. Well, this is making me kind of curious as to what the duos sound like. The duos, you don't get a better IEMs. Yeah, these, with the small earbuds reaching my ears, I know I was talking about just the testing small flat. Saying that I'm not going to be that awesome. The good noise. 1,
But as far as filming goes, I'm starting to forget that they're even in my ears. That's perfect. The only thing is, if you're talking to a microphone, the little block from feedback, you're all going to want some noise cancellation going on here. In my ears, because of that. Right side, inside tire, it is a little weird. You can't really quite hear yourself if you set any buffers yourself. That's distracting in itself. Okay, trying to converse is a little challenging when you can't really hear yourself correctly. Just having a little bit of audio makes a huge difference. And now that I'm in the car, I don't notice that echo. I got used to it, but I think that's a setting. Again, not the fault of the headphones. All right. I don't know why. Started getting a lot of noise right there. Let me check chat real quick. Let's go back to the pits. I don't know what that was about. I think maybe just too much. Make sure that you guys are not getting your ears blown out by like feedback or something. That was strange. The engine sound is drowning me out. Okay. I had a feeling that there was something going through the mic input. And I wasn't sure what it was. What is that? Computer is still acting kind of weird. Like right now, I just clicked on NVIDIA broadcast and it's just giving me the circle loading symbol. Up. Background's just reset. Now I have no taskbar. That's always welcoming. It's always nice. So it kind of looks like, for whatever reason, there it is. Check 1, 2. That is weird. I kind of wonder what's happening here. Let me try. And so I think the vibration of my chair is being picked up through the microphone. Are you guys hearing that right now? Let me know if you're hearing like a rumbling noise. That is wild. Is this mic that sensitive? Check 1, 2. Let me try turning. That is weird. Maybe a little. Okay. Because it's actually showing on my audio input that there's like a lot of noise coming through. It might be just my computer still bugging out, and it might be showing something that's not real. Because
yesterday I was getting a lot of weird sort of things showing up, and when I watched some of the live stream that actually worked, none of that was being picked up. Let me turn noise removal off. All right, so let me show you guys what I'm looking at. You see this down here is my microphone. This up here is what you are all hearing. This is microphone. And when I'm revving, it's going up like as if it's sending audio input of the car through the microphone. What the? Let me see if it's... I have a feeling I know what the problem is. No, it's not that. Here, let's test something else out. Let's do it this way. Okay, so we got noise removal. Tell me if the car sounds louder or not. Okay, so regardless of the microphone I'm using, it's still happening. Okay, so it's not the microphone being sensitive. We ruled that out. Okay. Let's go into audio settings here and see where it's sending audio to. Strange. I don't know. I'm going to have to monitor this back and kind of see what's going on with the mic. It keeps happening. And it, again, it doesn't matter what audio input I'm using. I could lower, let me do that. Let me just lower iracing down to where it was before. Now it's not coming through the mic at all. I don't know. whatever I just did just seemed to help. So we'll roll with that. Check 1, 2. Yeah, now they're completely separate. Let's go back to the pits. And let's check one last thing. Sounds better. Okay. Good, good, good. Them figured out on this stream. Yeah, it's awesome. There's no... I don't want this guy to go. Want to follow somebody. I'm also noticing all of my apps and everything from race labs are not looking as well. I have to go through one by one and make sure that I fix those. I feel that front inside tire lifting up as the front end was skipping a little bit. That was pretty cool. Now that we have sim experience running, wheel is a little bit more communicative. Oh, that's way too hot. Ah, little drift action. Out of one hand there for a little bit. This is a really nice track. I could see GT4 being a blast here too.
know if this circuit would be fun with like GT3, being that it's so tight. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. That's exactly what I was thinking. GT3s probably would be way too fast. Since it is a tight circuit, not only are there a lot of turns, but it's narrow, you know? Probably would feel like you're constantly going down the first gear. As it is, the GR, we're going down the second gear quite a bit. There. Guess a race is starting because everyone is disconnecting. It's going to definitely require some practice on my part to really get a handle on this track. Maybe we'll switch cars and get a car with a different audio note. Maybe do a practice around the Nürburgring a little bit. And then hopping around. All right, yeah, that circuit's a lot of fun. Yeah, let's get out of this. I kind of want to drive something manual and kind of get a sense for the sound with a different note. Now that we got everything kind of figured out and working a little bit. Let's see. What do you guys recommend? What's a fun car to drive around the Nürburgring? Nordschleife. Let's see. You know, it's one car we haven't driven in a long time. It's not manual. It's sequential, though. It's a C7 Daytona prototype. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's a crazy car. They used to be one of my favorites for the longest time. Just mashing around the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife and that thing. Insane. I don't want to switch the... Do that. Let's switch it back. The audio input. Hey, Dan, what's up? The Kimura Solos are the headphones and mic combination. So from AntLion, you know how AntLion always makes the modular mics? Now they make an IEM combo with a new mic, a much smaller, more compact mic. Or if you have your own IEMs or in-ear monitors, you could, if they have the standardized connector, you could connect them to the mic, just buy the mic and the cable, and then you're good to go. So some people like Shores, you know, they already have in-ear monitors that they love and they love the sound quality of. They can just connect it to this microphone cable and they're good to go. Well, what's going on, Dan? The stuff about your Are you going to take that thing on some track days?
I know you guys have it's called the Dragon, right? Out there? Abilities. Come on, Dan. Don't even. VIR, nice. Hey, Jesse. Dan's going to go hit VIR. Are we going to hit Thunderhill Raceway, Jesse? I'm trying to pressure Jesse to take his CTSV. Oh, there you go. How hard is it to do? Do you have to like take the nose off the car to get that done? That almost sounds chunky. Let's switch this over. You know, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the bass response of these monitors. I know some people were kind of bashing on the solos versus the duos. Now, I haven't tested the duo, so I can't tell you what the duos sound like, but I'm really loving the bass. It's not clipping, crackling. Just sounds like deep and angry. Oh, we got to change the... being picked up. Let's see. Be something wrong. I just changed this cable yesterday, so cable's probably not any good. So we'll use... Okay, apparently it doesn't want any shifter to work. What the heck is going on here? That's fine. We'll just roll with it. I did want to use my Kusenfeld shifter, but it wasn't being picked up at all. It's kind of strange. Then I tried using my Fanatec, and that wasn't being picked up at all either. So I'll have to figure some things out, see what's going on there. Paddle shift it is, I guess. I did want a different audio note, though, just to test out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Without motion. Yeah, the new monitor stuff, I don't think I could back set up before. Oh, thought I could full send it. Let's go back. Let's try that again. That didn't quite work out. I didn't replace my...
With that Dodge? No, 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 no. With my truck? No. So my truck, I purchased just because, you know, I want a truck. Kind of easier for track days. And it's been something happens with the Camaro, I have to stop tow the car with, but definitely do not. Also, some instances with parking my car at work, so definitely want to get something different as well. Expose my car to that parking situation anymore. What are you talking about? Full send all the time. Of course. Rick, what do you need? Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I don't dare get rid of that call. I've been needing someone to talk me out of. I've been looking at some Porsches. Cars.com. People yelling at me. What are you doing? Get off that. Yeah, I don't save the manuals, you know? I definitely want to get more track days in with it. So, can't argue with it. Star Trek combo so much for the fun. So I was actually looking at the game 2.2. I gotta look at what the differences are in the gear containment they change, because I've trained quite a bit. And I know the most recent one they put that they took out the turbos and they boarded on the fire generator that I said one last one thing that kind of oh man, that was so close. Oh my gosh. Ah. Of course I hit the wall there. I think we're good though. I think we're good. Yeah, the one thing that got me is turbo. So the tuning opportunities are insane. Even Cobb Access Port makes a Cobb device for it. Hey, I had a super video. I did a bunch of just not only tunes with Access Port, but also third-party tunes that I saved to the Access Port. I kind of missed that. I didn't mean something almost silly. You know what I mean? Having like a little cell phone device all the time. I mean, tuning the car with a device that looks like a phone. But Yeah, they have the same thing for the posters, and they're getting some pretty insane performance out of this. Just with a tube, just with a flash. But anyway. Even DT4s, yeah, that's going to be what you know, the younger ones are much bigger. David's are like the size of the old 911s, almost 911 drivetrain that used to be a 911 size. It's mid-engine, not real engine, so that is insane. Hit the wall again. Need to get a clean lap. Let's do this one more time. I don't even want to finish this here. Yeah, use an access point for your Fiesta. That's the thing. Like, that same simple little device, they're using it for portions. On throttle, it's almost like voice noise canceling. Interesting. That just might be the fault of my Rodecaster Pro. Something I might have to look into. Yeah, let's test it real quick when I'm in the pits. Check. Let's try this. Check. Okay, I just saw it happening there. It's like it's doing audio ducking in a way. Check. Huh. So it's NVIDIA Broadcast doing it. Because look, I turn off noise removal. Check 1, 2. But there's also an insane amount of noise coming from, I guess, the headphones into the mic. I don't know what that noise is. It almost looks like it's feeding the audio. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check. Let me try turning noise removal back on. Check. So I think there's like, let me change. All right, let's change microphone, see if it's the fault. All right, so now I'm on my AKG. Check. Check. So I see it happening no matter what microphone I'm on. It seems to happen less with the AKG. But that's weird. I wonder if I have like audio ducking on my Rodecaster. Okay, I blew my engine apparently. So let's switch this over. So, Dan, what do you have the 4Scan for?
That's going to get annoying quick. Request a new car. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Let me check one more thing. Let me see if there's any noise. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check, check. Check. Can you guys hear me pretty clearly right now? Can you guys hear me pretty clearly? Clearly? Yo, what's going on, 100? Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So you use it in your Ford? In your Fiesta? Okay, cool. So 100, just so you know, before, it's not the fault of the microphone. We were getting audio cutout whenever I was on full throttle. So let's go around the track again. And let's give that a shot one more time. So what I think happened was in OBS, being that I reinstalled OBS, we were getting basically default settings. And I had noise gate on the default settings. And I think the noise gate was aggressively cutting out pretty much everything. So let's see if that's the case. Kind of think that that was the case. Check 1 2. Okay. So like I was saying before, I don't know why I'm having a harder time getting this car to turn. Let's go back. Let's make sure. Let's get a new car completely. Just a moment.
There we go. Wasn't wanting to turn in for whatever reason. But I did accept for ask for a new car after we hit the wall a few times. I do want a clean lap though, just to get a time in. Kind of wonder, I know they opened it up to quite a bit of different cars now. Have what? Wondered if we could set an AI race with the Corvette Daytona prototype. So I definitely want to get that going. The one thing to the iRacing team, I know they don't watch any of my content, but I can't wait for the day that you could actually set up without actually having to pay for a server or anything like that. Even though paying for a server is really not that expensive for like, you know, a period of time. But I would like to set up a multi-class race with actual people, but then fill out the grid with AI on just a practice by practice basis. You know, if you have someone on your friends list, you could invite him into a practice session pretty much, where you don't actually have to pay for server space. Maybe to have it running off of one of your off of one of the systems, you know, instead of running off of the server with their adamant on charging for the time, but maybe only charging for race sessions instead of practice sessions. I don't know. I don't know why, this is like my favorite turn right there. That right-hander going up the hill. When you nail it right, sometimes the front end of the car hops a little bit when you're pushing it. Get the most satisfaction from that right-hander. Kind of wish I had motion going right now. No, the video feed from this helmet cam would be so shaky. Just getting thrown around the rig. Yeah, these headphones, they sound just fine. I would imagine the duos would probably sound like there's a little bit more audio separation, possibly. Maybe a little bit better treble. I know some were saying a little bit better bass response too, but the sim racing, I heard the GR, which is a lot more trebly than this. Now I'm listening to this vehicle here, and it sounds fine. It sounds great. So I guess the noise gate was kind of messing with the audio before. Good thing we figured that one out. Quick and easy fix. Yeah, I think it's only $1 an hour. That's all it is. I thought it was like $10 an hour. It's only $1 an hour. I'll definitely start holding some races, but want to make sure that everyone's on the iRacing service to actually join in. Maybe we'll start getting a little bit more into the Discord channel that I have and start running it that way. Probably could have went full out on that one there. Oh, on the steer action. Spun. Trying to get a nice clean lap time. That ain't gonna happen. See if we have enough fuel to go around the third time. So Dan, did you have to use your forescan for everything that you needed to do, or you're only using the comp for tuning and forescan for modifying appearance things like instead of your stereos, plastic anymore? $0.50 an hour? You're kidding me. Yeah, Dan, I think taking a break for a long time really helped me out with it. But what kind of hurt me with it was one wheel. That hobby has kind of like taken over my life quite a bit because it's so challenging for me. But I still very much enjoy sim racing. So whenever I could get back on, I still do. And I'm sure eventually you're going to get hit by the bug again. You're going to want it. I thought you didn't like VR. Yeah. Jesse. Switch quite a bit. Mistakes are killing me. This next lap's got to be clean. Yeah. So that's kind of what I went through yesterday with this thing. I couldn't even get OBS to run without all my screens turning on and off, without my audio input switching back and forth. Yeah, I definitely do need a regular schedule for sim racing. Problem is, I try to sim race when my wife is working and her schedule is kind of irregular. So there's that excuse that I'm going to lean on very hard. Not really an excuse, but I just enjoy the time that, you know, get. Oh wow, yeah, I just completely lost my tires there. All at once. All at once, my tires just went completely out on me. No, Dan, I completely hear you. So, for instance, when I what helped me out in the beginning was when I took my break and it started feeling like I was very behind in videos and that I was letting the channel down because there was reviews that I said were coming out and I was working on them. It genuinely was, but what I wanted to do for the video and how I wanted to produce a video was so much work that I just didn't have the mental energy to get it done the way I wanted to. So it just felt overbearing. Like I had all these videos lined up and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just can't, you know what I mean? So it started making the situation not as fun. Then I came back and I started live streaming, but there's that aspect of every time I get on, I have to live stream, and I still kind of feel that way. But what I started doing was I put the camera on because I kind of feel like this view is cool. But all I did, instead of stream, I would record, and then I would just delete the video. I just wouldn't think about it. So like it allowed me to get in the rig. I still was having fun, but the video doesn't exist, you know? And then eventually I just, you know, me and Jesse would go on and I would have fun, actual fun again.
And then once that all started coming back where, you know, I was missing it, I wanted to get in the rig, I would come up here and clean and just like really just want to drive something. I stopped really caring about making content. And then as horrible as that sounds, but on the aspect of I just wanted to have fun in the rig again, which was the pure side of the whole thing. And then once that started happening again, I just make the content that I want to make. So if I just don't feel like working on a certain video, like I've been working on the MetaQuest Pro video for quite a while, but if I'm not into it, I just don't work on it. You know, that's kind of the main thing. And I'm comfortable with that now, and actually coming to terms with that comfortability of if it's not fun, I'm not working on it right now. It's just going to have to wait until I'm excited to do it again. But lately I've been watching some videos on the MetaQuest Pro and some other VR headsets that are coming out. It's making me excited to work on that video again. Then I come back to it. It's not on the forefront. I know I'm not going to get all the views. I know my subscriber count's never going to be that high, but you know, it is what it is. I want to make sure that this stays fun for me. And that's just kind of, it is the way it is until this actually becomes something where I could feasibly see it, you know, becoming like an 8-hour scheduled day where I don't have a career to go to. This is now my career. I've never looked at YouTube and content creation to be a career. I've always looked at it as a hobby because I enjoy making content. And Dan, I know that's exactly how you feel. Like you enjoyed making content. The reason why I have the helmet camera and the reason why like I film when I'm at track days is because I want to, and I know you feel exactly the same way because me and you click on a lot of different levels. But the reason why you make content is because you enjoy sharing your experiences. Like I genuinely enjoy sharing my experiences with other people. I made this rig and I put a seat slider in because I want my friends to be able to, even though like they barely ever come over to drive my rig, but when they do, I want to share that experience with them. I want them to experience it. And like when they come over, I look forward to them trying my rig out, not to show off, but I want to, it's like owning an arcade and wanting your friends to play in the arcade so they can have fun. You know what I mean? And that's my whole experience. I want people to share the fun. Once I start feeling like it's not fun for me, then I can't imagine it being fun for everyone else. So that's why I took the break for a little bit. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I just, you know, if it's not fun for the moment, I just stop. And that's how I've always looked at YouTube. If it's not fun, you know, making a certain type of video, whether it's one wheeling or whatever, I just stop for a little bit until I'm interested in it again. Then I make it because then I want to share my genuine enjoyment with everybody. That's all it's about. That's purely all it's about. Never looked at it becoming profitable. I never looked at it becoming a career. I am so deep in this rig. You know, I have everything paid off, but it's like, you know, this rig was so expensive. Everything aspect wise was so expensive that I never looked at it as getting anything for free or really trying to make this a business that would, you know, become like an empire or like a Jay's 2 cents. Right? I never looked at it that way. Never did. It's purely just for enjoyment and being able to share enjoyment with others. So yeah, you know, hopefully one day you either come back to sim racing or you find a, you know, I know you were talking about mountain biking for a while. And I know there's a part of you that wants to share your enjoyment with people. And that's what you're doing now with your Fiesta ST. And that's amazing. And I think you should keep going with it. But if you ever decide, and I know there's a part of your brain that's like intrigued about and wanting to come back to sim racing, just race for a while and just hit record. And then make sure you throw out the video. Do not save the video. You have to throw it out until you get into that mindset of, it doesn't matter anymore. And it's like a weird thing you have to turn off for a while. And then once you're actually genuinely enjoying, if you want to share it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. Yeah, and being outside is huge. 100, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, I'm never trying to sell anything. Every once in a while I get a product for review. Like for instance, these headphones, I did receive them for review, but I received them a little while ago, like a month and a half ago. And it's just, I needed to make sure that the timing felt right and that I wasn't feeling forced to make the content. And, you know, AntLion has been amazing where they're like, take your time. Whenever you feel like making the video, make it. We just wanted to make sure you received the headphones, which I did. But yeah, you know, when I get excited to make a video, then I make it. And it's just purely just sharing my experiences. But yeah. Well, the thing is, Dan, just remember one thing. Not everyone is fit. Not everyone's a superhero. You know, I did a little bit of weightlifting content on my Instagram just because I wanted to share my progress. But it's not amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I just hit a PR when I was doing the Rogue 1000 challenge on my deadlift of 455. And there's thousands of videos of people like much smaller than me deadlifting 950 to 1,000 pounds. You know what I mean? So I know my lifts aren't amazing, but I feel like that there's got to be someone out there that maybe can take a little bit of inspiration from it that is in my exact spot, you know? And I think that's something that, you know, I feel you could share too, because I've always been intrigued on mountain biking. If I bike a very short distance, I'm almost having an asthma attack, which I could say because I have asthma. You know what I mean? And I feel like it could inspire somebody. And I know there's a part of you that wants to share your life experiences. So I just say go for it. You know, we're not all greats of every sport, but, you know, I know a lot of us are like jack of all trades, but masters of none type situations. And I feel like we could share those experiences because there's got to be a lot of people out there that are in our exact same shoes and just need to see someone else going after it, you know? But everyone, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a very impromptu sort of, at first it was just supposed to be a test. I wanted to see if I could get my computer streaming today, which we were successful. And I think we fixed a few issues. Hopefully that noise gate issue fixed my audio cutting out when I was full throttle. I was looking up and monitoring my mic and it seemed to fix that issue. I noticed I wasn't hearing or seeing the car coming through the mic. Let's test that one more time. And yeah, I'm turning up. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Yeah, as I'm adjusting the audio levels, I'm seeing the audio for the mic kind of go up and down normally, whereas before it was cutting out and I was actually kind of seeing audio from the car coming. It was weird. And I think it was just an OBS issue that we fixed. Again, a lot of these issues I'm having today are because I was having some severe computer issues and I had to reinstall NVIDIA Broadcast, OBS, everything. So I'm having to reset all those settings. And then also I have this microphone going through my Rodecaster Pro. There are some settings there, but I have all my mics going through the Rodecaster Pro. So I didn't want there to be any variables. But I think we got everything set now. And I'm going to test it a little bit more. I've been in this. How long have I been in this for today? Let's see if we could get a time here. We've been an hour and 50 minutes. And I got to say, my ears are not hurting at all. First time in-ear headphones. My ears aren't hurting. The wires going back behind my ears are not causing any chafing or anything like that. I think this is a perfectly comfortable setup. I don't have the headband on. My neck doesn't feel tired from having heavy headphones on. Overall, very, very cool concept. Very cool experience here. And I'm just going to do more testing with it. See if we can get everything dialed in. And then we'll do the full review. AntLion, again, thank you so much for sending these headphones for review. Again, like I said before, I'm just going to give you my full experience with them when the review comes in. There's no sort of... There is no predetermined review, let's put it that way. They were very adamant on, and I'm always adamant on, I got to be able to say what I think because I could buy these at any point in time or I could send them back at any point in time. It doesn't much matter to me. I didn't really need this product to make a video on. I have other videos in the work. And AntLion was awesome enough to say, just tell us what you think. We just want to know what you think and what we could improve on. One thing I will say though is I would be curious to try the duos to really get a figure on where they could go with these headphones. But not knowing the duos, just trying them out in sim racing, probably sound amazing. I feel like I'm hearing everything that I need to hear. I'm hearing everything that I would hear with my HE4Xs, my Hi-Fi-Man HE4Xs, audiophile grade big headphones over the head. But I am getting a little bit more bass response because these are sealing my ear canal. So far, I'm loving them. But everyone, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.